Hey YouTube, Juvenile6 here. So today we're going to be covering the basics of skate sharpening. So a lot of common mistakes that you get with skate sharpening is that sometimes people will say that one sharpen that they had is a lot sharper than another, but that's actually not true because all blades are sharpened to the exact same sharpness. It's the depth of the hollow, or the flatness of the hollow, that gives you the sense of sharpness or dullness in the skate.
So the image that we're looking at right now represents three different blades. The one furthest to the left is a deep grind or a deep hollow. The one in the middle is a shallow grind or a shallow hollow. And the image on the right hand side represents a blade with quite a deep hollow touching the ice. Regardless of what you've heard or what people have told you, this is the shape of any hockey blade. It's in a U shape, labelled hollow as you can see in the image. And that area named hollow, where you can see the U cut into the blade, is what's affected when you go to get your boots sharpened. The different kinds of grinds that we're going to go over in the end of the video, and we have covered in the beginning slightly, are represented by the depth of this U. So if you see quite a deep U, then you know that that's quite a deep grind or quite a deep hollow. And if it's quite a shallow U, then you know that's a shallow grind or shallow hollow. So the image that we're looking at right now represents the blade touching the grinder. The circle at the bottom with a plus going through it, labelled ROH, stands for radius of hollow. That represents the grinder. Now, to understand how the different hollows or grinds work is to understand the two numbers that are in the title, 3/8. The way that I've always done it is look at the number on the left and then look at the number on the right. If the number on the left is a lot smaller than the number on the right, then it means that the grind or the hollow that you're looking at getting is going to be quite a deep one. And if the difference between the number on the left and the number on the right is quite small, then that grind is going to be quite a shallow or average grind. For example, 5/8. That's a grind that a lot of people use, or another one, they might refer to it as a half or 1/2. That's another quite average grind that's used a lot. So by increasing the size of the circle or increasing the radius, you get a much more shallow grind, or by decreasing the size of the circle or decreasing the radius, you get a much more deeper grind.
So looking at the different kind of hollows that you can get, just to give you a better idea about them, a deep hollow means that you'll be able to corner sharply, but it decreases your speed. A shallow hollow means that you'll be able to go a lot quicker on the ice, but it reduces your agility and your turning sharpness. And keeping in mind all of these factors, because changing the depth of your hollow very slightly can seriously improve your skating. So it's very important that you guys pay attention to the video, understanding the difference between all the different hollows a bit better to give you a better chance to improve your skating and your game on the ice. Sharpening your skates isn't as simple as just sticking the blade against a grinder. Each individual skater or hockey player has a different need for the different level that they're at. If it's down to do with their weight, their height, their skill, if they're looking to be able to turn sharp corners or be able to go really fast on the ice. All of these different factors are affected by what kind of a grind you get. We'll come to that later on in the video, but hopefully after watching this you'll have a better understanding of what the different hollows mean, what the different grinds mean, and maybe you'll even be able to pick out a grind or a hollow that's a lot better for you and the level that you're at. Some of the other problems that you guys might run into after getting your skates sharpened is that you find that you can't skate as well as you could the last time. That could probably be down to a bad sharpen. What that means is that the person that sharpened your boots failed to take the proper steps to ensure that they gave you a good sharpen. Now those steps are: the blade needs to be inspected for straightness, edge damage, width, and surface condition. The width of different blades can vary depending on make and model of all the different types of boots that are out there, and failing to do this can sometimes result in a bad sharpen, and the result of that is something called an offset blade. In the next slide I'll show you what an offset blade looks like, just to give you guys a better example of what I'm talking about.
So what we have here is an example of an offset blade. Some of the things that this will affect are your balance, your turning, and your general performance on the ice. So it's very important to get a good sharpen, follow the procedures carefully to ensure that this doesn't happen to you.
So we're going to show you guys a table now that breaks down the different parts of a skater that need to be considered before picking a hollow. Now this table should be used as guidelines and not so much followed word to word. It'll kind of point you in the general right direction, but it's then up to you to try out the different hollows that are kind of recommended to you, and maybe even some that aren't recommended to you, until you find the perfect one for you.
So taking a look at the table in front of us, just so you guys know how it works, taking a look at ability. So if you're an average skater, the middle tab, average, the different hollows that are recommended are either 5/8, which is the one that's mostly recommended, and the two on the left side and the right, you have 3/4 to the right and 1/2 inch to the left. Those are the kind of hollow tips that are recommended for that kind of a skater. So use this table as an example or kind of guidelines to try and find different hollow grinds that might suit you a bit better.
Just wanted to thank you guys for watching. Remember to check out the new website, www.hockeytutorial.com. Make sure you register and join our forum and get chatting to everyone else. And also subscribe on our YouTube channel so we can keep our videos and tutorials coming. Stay tuned, guys, and thanks again for all your support.